All right, here we are. We are on location in beautiful, sunny Miami, Florida, on the beach, Mai Tais, umbrella drinks.
Ignore all the background sounds.
Don't actually identify where we are. All right, I'm going to have to bleep that out. Yeah, so one of the things that I wanted to do recently was watch a movie, and there were so many options, it was ridiculous. So instead of doing any of those, we did Suicide Squad.
Heck yeah.
You're gonna risk the entire mission for a mental defective dressed as a court jester.
It's coming from a guy that wears a toilet seat on his head.
Which was directed by...
What's James Gunn.
Oh, was it really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay, he's a good director. Yeah, so James Gunn directed Suicide Squad. Did you see the other one?
Yeah, it was awful.
Okay. That's a hell of a review.
Yeah, the other one was absolutely awful. It had the Jared Leto Joker with all the tattoos on his face.
Right.
Oh, God, that was bad. And Will Smith is Deadshot.
Oh, God. I heard that he was, like, whining a bunch when he was supposed to be doing the movie, that he wasn't, like, cool enough or getting enough good things to do or something like that.
That sounds like him.
Yeah, that sounds like him. Did you know he didn't do Django Unchained because Django didn't get to kill Leo DiCaprio at the end? That was the reason he didn't do it, yeah.
Oh, Jamie Foxx killed it, so...
He was terrible.
He was terrible?
I don't like Jamie Foxx.
I enjoyed it.
He's a douche.
Yeah, he's still a douche, but he did good in that
He's
movie.
not a very good actor.
Yeah, Christoph Waltz carried him, but I thought he did
Christoph
fine.
Waltz is freaking amazing, yeah. But,
They should have Christoph Waltz be Django.
that would have like...
In blackface.
Yeah, and then Jamie Foxx in whiteface as the other guy. That would have been brilliant. I would have liked to see that. And then the Olsen twins could have been like the
Leonardo
guys.
DiCaprio.
No, not both of them. That's ridiculous.
Trench coat on his shoulders, why not?
All right, so Olsen twins, Leo DiCaprio, and then Christoph Waltz in blackface as Django, and then Jamie Foxx in whiteface as Christoph Waltz. No. But the person, not the character.
Yeah. And then Willie from Free Willy is one of the black guys that they make fight each other.
Wait, so the killer whale is playing one of the guys? Yeah. Wait, is it in water or is it?
Yeah.
Is it on land?
Uh-huh.
It's both?
It's really wetland.
Oh, it's in the wetlands. Okay.
It's in the swamp.
So swamp area, yeah.
It's in the south. There's got to be a swamp around somewhere.
God, this sounds like a better movie, honestly. No, that's the thing. I liked Django Unchained the first time I watched it, but then when I watched it after that, I think Jamie Foxx just has... Like, he just plays Jamie Foxx. And it's annoying. He doesn't have much range. And when it's up against Christoph Waltz and even DiCaprio at some points... then it just seems like he's so outshone by their abilities, especially Waltz, that he sucks and he's stupid, and I hate him.
Well, I can agree with that to the extent that in Amazing Spider-Man 2, when he was Electro, it was like when he was the nerd guy, it was so uncomfortable, just didn't
no
fit.
sense, made no sense. Yeah, it was
just
terrible.
couldn't pull it off.
It was terrible. Yeah,
but like when he was like all powerful and like.
It was more Jamie Foxx-like,
yeah,
so
when he
it
had
made
an
more
ego,
sense.
it's like, okay, yeah.
Yeah, just like in the new Spider-Man, when he shows up in that, like he's fine, he's just playing Jamie Foxx, and it's
Spoiler alert,
because it fits.
Jamie Foxx plays himself in the movie.
Yeah, he plays it. He plays Jamie Foxx. Yeah. I like. Who was your favorite early Spider-Man person?
Villain?
Yeah, villain.
Dr. Octopus.
For sure, right?
Yeah.
Like, there's no... okay, but freaking Green Goblin is amazing.
Yeah.
Especially in the newest one. He was so good.
Yeah.
Their fight was awesome. When they were, like, bashing through the floor and all that stuff.
Yeah.
The fight was amazing. And it had legitimate consequences. And then Tobey Maguire, you know, when... What did Tobey Maguire do?
He was Spider-Man.
He was Spider-Man. And then Tom Holland came through the portal... as Tobey Maguire. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, obviously.
We've got that now. So, this is supposed to be about Suicide Squad. What?
We digress.
We digest. That was,
Save you.
You were gonna save me?
It was a really good plan, too.
Well, I can go back inside and you can still do it.
Yeah, so Suicide Squad, it had John Cena. I remember that.
Yeah, Peacemaker.
John Cena. It had the Lights guy, who was also in... that movie by Denis Villeneuve, Prisoners.
No, you're talking about Polka Dot Man?
Polka Dot Man, yeah. Had that guy. Had... Okay, I'll try to describe the plot because this is what I think happened in the movie. We watched it like a week ago now.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. Okay, so what happened in the new Suicide Squad, the James Gunn one, was Weasel like won everything. Like he did all the stuff and won.
Obviously.
Okay, well, yeah, I like that movie then.
Yeah.
It's a good movie.
Start to finish. Well, I mean, start and finish.
Start and finish,
Ignore
yeah.
everything in between. Weasel won.
Just a quick cut it out.
Yeah, just cut out the middle hour and 58 minutes.
And Weasel got it. He got that dub. I really liked the setup, the beginning, and how it was set up, and how there's like this whole extra group that's storming this beach, and there were really weird characters, and I was like, what is going on here?
Well, and they're big name actors. Like
Yeah,
people
yeah,
that you would
they're
expect
legit.
to be in the movie for the whole thing are just getting slaughtered in there.
Yeah, except for that one guy who's not funny. You know who I'm talking about.
Pete Davidson?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You know exactly what I was talking about. Yeah. But yeah, they're like legitimate actors. So and Weasel was amazing.
Yeah, of
like
course.
all around amazing.
I mean, you could not see someone like Helen Mirren licking a window the same way that Weasels could.
That's so true. That's
Yep.
so true. Even Daniel Day-Lewis, I don't think he could lick a window the same way. No, I don't.
Or fake drowning, I guess. Like the CGI Weasel.
Just nailed it.
Yeah,
It was all around good.
Yep.
So Weasel was my number one favorite character. Gold star, S tier, all that stuff. And then I think everybody else did pretty well. I mean, there's nobody that stood out that was annoying or anything that I was like, this is stupid. There were a lot of setups and jokes that worked. You know, like when they went through the whole thing, killed all those people, and, and ran into Viola Davis or whatever.
Yeah.
And she's like, what she said something like, those are all our people. We're fine.
She's like, why didn't my people alert me that it's like, we didn't
And
see
they're
anyone.
like, oh.
And then Bugger Out Man comes in. It's like, I thought they were all my mother and I killed them all or something. King Shark spits out a finger.
But like Idris Elba, there you go. That's a way better actor than freaking what's his name, Jamie Foxx.
Yeah,
Why
for
wasn't
sure.
Idris Elba in that? He would have been brilliant. He could have worked off vaults. I know he's a Brit, but so it doesn't really make as much sense, you know. But
He does great with an American accent.
He can
I
do an
didn't know he
American.
was British because I only saw him in The Wire at first.
yeah, he can. He is. But yeah, he's a much better actor than Jamie freaking Foxx. I would have really appreciated that. Or again, him in whiteface as Christoph Waltz, and yeah,
Of course.
yeah. I hear Tom Cruise was originally supposed to play the love interest for Jamie Foxx in that too.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
Yep.
that would have been good.
He's going
In
to be bottom
blackface.
gun.
What is that? What? I don't even know what that joke means.
There's no way that Jamie Foxx would be a bottom with his ego.
All right, but Tom Cruise would be a power bottom. He would try to, at least.
Yeah, how
And they would
short
have
he
to
is. I
fight
don't
each
know if
other.
he'd really be able to get much leverage.
No, well.
Speaking of Gunn, James Gunn, the director of the movie we are talking about.
I was trying to go back to It's Always Sunny when they were having that discussion where the gay guy was there.
Oh, man.
Power is, or like speed is everything, or whatever they say about. Oh, that's a good show. Yeah, guns. So what I like about the Second Amendment is that it was
Used for peace.
exactly
100% of the time in the movie. That
Peacemaker.
We're talking about. Yes.
So Suicide Squad. They've got John Cena. You know, he's just a charismatic guy. He's just a fun guy. to
Yeah,
watch
he kind of
too,
plays
anyway.
himself in everything, but he's still entertaining
Yeah,
as himself in everything. He's just an awesome dude.
He's such a
Big ups to China, by the way.
because
Yeah.
his apology in Mandarin that he had to do.
很重要，我爱更尊重
정보와 강조.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure everybody that's listening knows that we're big supporters of China. If you all want to listen, all 1.5 billion of you.
Yay, China. Yeah, so he's quality. Margot Robbie is a great Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
Even though it's weird that she's been in terrible movies as Harley Quinn, like at least 2, The Birds of Prey.
She wasn't terrible as Harley
She's
Quinn.
not. Yeah, she's never been terrible.
No, the movies were terrible, but she was great.
She's a very good actress, and she fits the character. It's just the writing's been terrible around her.
I think it's the best we've ever seen Sylvester Stallone, too.
As Harley Quinn?
No, as
What did
King
he do?
Shark.
He was King Shark?
Yeah.
All right, so I get what's that tree guy vibes from that other James Gunn movie.
Oh,
Because that was
Groot.
yeah, that was freaking what's his name, Diesel or whatever his
Vin
name is.
Diesel.
Yeah, so he just gets really brutish, dull, dumb, actors to play just random things like that.
Oscar-worthy voices.
Okay, don't say that in the same movie that there was Weasel.
Well, yeah.
So Weasel had the lock on that, but
Yeah, obviously.
yeah. So he played this shark.
Yeah. Isn't that awesome?
But yeah, this one had the perfect tone. I mean, it was the perfect tone for this kind of movie.
Yeah.
Trying to fit within the whole universe of superhero stuff that we have. We've got all the Marvel stuff, which takes itself seriously enough that there are real stakes, when you're watching it. And you've got the Batverse that... What the hell is going on with that? I mean, up until the newest one, everything before that, Batman v Superman, Justice League, all that stuff, a lot of weird stuff with that. Until the Zack Snyder cut, which, kind of evened a lot of stuff out. So this one fit somewhere in all of that and made its own thing when it came to tone and when it came to, the characters and all that. It was great.
Well, I think for DC, this was the start of some really good moves to section off it's extremely good characters with a lot of depth to them, and getting good directors in place, good writing in place, and just doing them pretty much as standalones. They have the option to tie them together, but with Joker, with the new Batman, it's they're not necessarily tied to anything. They're just good movies with the characters. Because Marvel went through tying it together, and you saw what happened when WB tried to do that with all of the DC characters. Most of those movies fell flat on their face. They just weren't putting together the right stuff, and they were thinking way, way far ahead, way before they were even close to there.
Yeah, they hadn't earned it or anything like that. But so I listened to most of what you said there. I got stuck on one thing. Did you want to reinstitute segregation in DC? Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
right.
obviously.
Yeah. All right. So
it's
I'm
the capital.
with you. I'm with you on that. So DC universe segregation, but also, like you said, focusing on characters. Establish that first, and then try to think about some kind of bigger thing, that you want to put together. That makes a lot more sense. They certainly rushed everything right at the beginning. Okay, so we can pretend the other Suicide Squad doesn't exist. It's just a offshoot weird thing. Go away.
It was a fanfic.
It was a fanfic, and this one, who was there was a guy with a boomerang or something. Wasn't there that guy?
Yeah, Captain Boomerang in the beginning.
But he was the one that died?
He was one that died. Yeah, the
spoilers.
Helicopter blade came and tore him up after Mongal pulled down the helicopter.
Okay. But was there an equivalent to him in the other group?
No, not really.
Who are the characters? So there's
Bloodsport,
Ice Cream Guy.
You mean Polka Dot Man?
Polka Dot Man. There's Idris Elba, Margot Robbie, Shark,
Peacemaker,
right?
Ratcatcher 2.
Who's Ratcatcher?
The girl that can control the rats.
Oh, I
Taika
totally forgot about
Waititi's
her. Wow, I'm sexist. I totally forgot she existed. Is she attractive? I can't even picture her.
Well, she hangs out with rats all day, so she definitely looks hot by comparison.
Oh well, maybe that's the point.
No, she's a good-looking lady.
Because I remember Margot Robbie.
I don't remember her name though.
I remembered her, but I've seen her naked, so maybe that. And I've seen John Cena naked, so that makes sense that I remember those. But, I don't remember Rat Girl.
So what I think it is, more than anything, is that, so Margot Robbie in this had her whole,
Had her hole?
Yeah.
Showed her hole?
The whole scene. Had an entire scene that was just really, really dedicated to her, where she was like busting through like that. And Ratcatcher 2 didn't really have that sort of until the end, when she's like got all the rats coming in to climb all over Starro, the Conqueror.
Okay, yeah. All right, that makes more sense. Why I didn't remember that character. Okay, cool. Did Pete Davidson die? He died?
Oh, yeah. He was the one that was trying to rat him out in the very beginning, and he came up and he's like, hey, guys, you can come out. And then they just shot him in the face.
He's such a douche. I wish that's how every movie would start. Like, I don't care what. Yeah. Like a period Civil War movie. Just he's trying to turn in the Union Army or something and rat him out to the South and he gets killed. If we have, what's another kind of movie? A nice rom-com. Yeah. He's just like the douchey going to hit on the girl thing and he gets decapitated by a ninja.
Ford versus Ferrari, he just gets hit by a car. Like,
yeah,
he's just
running
across the track randomly.
That'd
be
like,
hey, guys, I want to be in this.
Just splattered, yeah.
The only thing that really made me respect anything about Pete Davidson was a funny meme with a picture of him where he was hanging out with somebody, but it showed him holding Martha Stewart's hand in this picture. And somebody said he's banging his way up the Illuminati ladder to figure out who really killed his dad on 9/11.
That's a very specific.
I was like, all right, maybe he is. And I wish him luck on that journey.
All right, so we've got, Suicide Squad. Surprisingly, it had no right to actually be good. After they screwed up the first one so bad, that it just didn't have a right to actually be a good movie. I didn't think it was going to be, before it came out. Mm-hmm. And so you forcing me to watch it at gunpoint and all that, it totally worked. Yeah. I enjoyed it.
Well, and what I was really pushing for is to get you to watch Peacemaker. Because what ended up happening is when James Gunn made Suicide Squad, that was all he was really planning on doing. And then he enjoyed the character so much that he then created Peacemaker and made that. And now he's committed to doing multiple DC shows, in a similar vein, because he just got so addicted to it.
Oh, that's weird.
So it gets more and more entertaining the more you dive into this ridiculous world.
Okay. Well, I'm not going to, but now
I still have that gun.
Now I would like to. Now that we've said everything there is to say about that movie, right?
We didn't even mention Gilbert
Gottfried.
No,
he was in that.
No, you remember
Iago?
Gilbert? He's been with us the whole time.
Who's Gilbert?
He just died.
Gottfried.
No, that was a reference to in the movie, the bus driver, when he runs into the building with him and he ends up getting shot, and then Margot Robbie doesn't remember Gilbert at all.
Oh, dude, I've only seen it once. How am I supposed to?
That's why I did it, because I knew you wouldn't remember references. I knew you weren't going to remember him, so that's why I thought it was funny.
All right. Well, we need to pad out this. So it wasn't perfect or anything. It wasn't mind blowing or anything like that. But it was. It fit so well. Just tonally, it was exactly what it needed to be for this kind of a movie that's so ridiculous. Oh, we're gonna go grab all the, one girl who she shoots people and has a mallet, and a guy who has to relieve himself of his sparkles or whatever. We're gonna go get them to go fight, bad people. It's come on.
The guy that uses smaller bullets, of course.
Yeah.
Oh, we totally forgot about what's his RoboCop? Huh. Rick Flag, the guy, he was in the first group, and he's the one that they went to rescue at the camp.
Oh, the guy. Yeah, he was in RoboCop. That's why you said that. Yeah, brilliant.
Yeah,
he was also in that Shattered Voice. No, what is it called? Shuttered
Altered
Happiness. Altered Carbon. Yeah, that's what it was.
Yep.
Good actor. I like that guy. Yeah, he's quality. Did he do anything in this movie?
He got killed.
I just remember sitting in a chair. Did he get killed?
Yeah.
I did not remember that.
Because he wanted to take the hard drive and release it to the press at the end.
Oh, he was trying to
John Cena was like, no, we got to keep that down. We got to keep the peace no matter what it is.
So he died by RKO out of nowhere? How did he die?
Yeah, well, he couldn't see John Cena, so he was able to sneak up on him.
All right. No, that's not bad.
He got stabbed.
But by John Cena?
Yep.
Okay, that's a legitimate way to go out.
Yep.
Yeah. All right, I accept it. Did we say Idris Elba was good?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was. He's quality all the way through.
Yeah.
Because he had to have. He was kind of the the focal point around which most of everything was happening. Yeah, and everything about like character and all that stuff. So you had to like him, and he was totally likable. From the beginning. I
think especially like when he's like just screaming at his daughter when she comes to visit him in prison. Like he gets mad at her because she gets caught stealing something stupid, is like in their version of Apple Watch or whatever. Right. She's like, that's all you're mad at. I was like, fuck you. Right. Just screaming at each other. Yeah. So it's like, all right, this guy's just he's a terrible person, but I enjoy him.
Yeah, he's quality character. Okay, so now we need to pad out for like 10 minutes. So there were a couple of other movies that I asked you to watch via our Shining. Mm-hmm. So obviously you watch them because it's infallible.
I was thinking about watching them.
So no, well, the point was you're supposed to act upon that Shining. But anyway, so movie number 1 that we're going to discuss is Lion King 2, Scar's Revenge or something. I don't know what Lion King 2 is.
Like Return of Jafar.
Is Lion King 2 Return of Jafar?
No, it's Pride Week. I might have watched the wrong movie, brother. It had Billy Eichner in it, right?
All right. So
Sean Hayes.
Lion King 2 Pride Week. And had Sean Hayes and the cast of Will and Grace. Yeah. What did we think of this movie? Have you actually seen Lion King 2, the actual Lion King 2?
Probably, but honestly, all of the sequels for like any of the Disney movies, aside from Toy Story, blind, but that's Pixar, isn't it?
Yeah.
But there's like no sequels that I've ever really cared about, like at all.
Return of Jafar.
Yeah,
we watched that like 1,000 times.
Yeah, and I don't remember a single thing from any of it.
Well, that's fair. I
remember the original Aladdin. I don't remember anything Return of Jafar.
All right, well, but for now, we're talking about Lion King 2. So in Lion King 2, Simba, that's a character, right? From Lion King, yeah. So Simba has already murdered Scar, and Scar becomes a symbol because it sounds like Simba.
Yeah,
so he becomes
Simba versus symbol.
Yeah, so he becomes a symbol, and so they erect Scar in effigy, and then they start worshiping him, and then Simba has to like squash this uprising that are trying to be supportive of Scar and overthrow the government in support of him because they thought Jeremy Irons was such a good Scar. What then happens? I don't remember what else happens. Do you remember what else happens?
I don't know. We're still watching it unfold in Ukraine.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Lion King 2 Pride Week is going on in Ukraine?
Simba is Putin. And his pride is hurt. You get it?
I don't get it.
He's losing this war in Ukraine as Scar, apparently.
Yeah, well, they started conscripting everybody, over a certain age.
All the other lions.
Yeah, all the other lions. But I feel like with the hyenas, would they actually fight for Scar?
Not seriously. They're always taking everything like a joke.
They're like mercenaries, right? Mm-hmm. Well, yes, they would joke too, yes. but they're like mercenaries in the first one, right?
Yeah.
So they wouldn't really have a... I'm trying to figure out what they would do for the second Lion King, not knowing what had actually happened.
I feel like they would go to Simba and say that they would help him for a fee, of course, and then betray him at the last minute, right when he thinks he's going to win.
Oh.
And then have it to where Simba's banished.
And then they throw him off a Pride Rock into a waterfall.
Yep.
That was added there.
Yep. And then he'd come back and he'd have a vibranium fight right on the
exactly.
rails.
Yeah, that's exactly where I was going. All right, so that sounds about right. Okay, they'd probably have their kids or something, right? It'd be like Simba's kid and somebody else's kid. And
I want to watch a movie in between where they make them.
That's weird. Right. I'm sure there's a market for that, but still, we don't need to be watching that. But yeah, I feel like they would have their kids. Like, it would be Scar's kid or something who has to get revenge. Oh, that happened in freaking Black Panther 2, didn't it?
Probably. Black Panther 2 hasn't come out yet.
No, also.
Oh.
God, you're so bad at English. All right, so that was Lion King 2. I give it 3 coconuts out of 12.
Yeah,
What's
3
your
out of
score?
12. Probably 5 out of 7.
5 out of 7. That's pretty good.
A little bit better with rice.
All right, well, let's subtract my 3 from your 5, and then it gets 2 out of 7.
That's fair.
Negotiate?
Yep.
All right.
Yeah,
but let's make it actually...
You're the worst.
Here's the thing, and I want to explain this for people because I don't think they're going to understand. I didn't think that anybody else in the world would appreciate our humor, would find it funny. So that's why I tried to put like guide rails on the first discussion that we had, about Star Wars. I was like, no, we have to do it, in this very specific way, so it didn't go absolutely insane.
What are you, Twitter?
And so now I have no idea whether anybody's going to find any amusement in any of this, even though we find so much amusement in it. So I'm going to put that out there because I just cut out a whole chunk of joking that is completely inappropriate and wrong, and so nobody will ever hear it. All right, that was Lion King 2. Now let's talk about Aliens.
Like, just in general? Or the movie?
Let's talk about the movie Aliens. So... How did you feel about the movie Aliens, which we just watched?
I liked it more than Alien.
You liked it more?
Yes.
You liked the James Cameron Aliens more than the Robert Downey Jr.? No.
It was Ridley, wasn't it?
Ridley Scott.
Yeah.
Ridley Scott Alien?
Yes, but it was because when I watched them, I was a lot younger, and I didn't appreciate the nuance. I just liked seeing a bunch of aliens die.
Oh, all right. Have you seen the Aliens with all the deleted scenes added?
Mm-mm.
Oh, God, I hate that. Like Terminator 2, have you seen that with the deleted scenes?
No. I have no faith in James Cameron as... Like, I feel like James Cameron is more, George Lucas-ish than anybody gives him credit for.
Yeah.
He can make blockbusters, but oh my God, are they one-dimensional.
Yeah, there are so many scenes that are so terrible in both of those movies that I don't know if it was the studio or producers or what who got those cut out, but they were really, really bad scenes. And what was left were 2 amazing movies.
Yeah.
So I don't know what happened, but I'm so glad somebody, reined him in.
I watched Titanic for the first time, like, a year ago.
Really?
Yeah, I'd never watched it. And I was just like... Man, everybody is just a caricature of like who they really like, actual people, and it just made it like really tough to enjoy.
Yeah, not a lot of complexity.
It was just like either somebody was like fully evil as much as possible, or fully good as much as possible, or just like such a, I don't know. I just didn't care for like anybody at all. They all seemed like characters written for like a middle school novel.
Yeah, that's James Cameron isn't particularly. I just watched Eyes Wide Shut again.
Mm-hmm.
And it
was he in that?
Yeah, James Cameron was.
Like, with the mask on.
He was one of the masks. He was giving it to
Tom Cruise.
Yeah, but I just watched that because Louis C.K. He was on some podcast, I think Tom Segura's podcast, but he was talking about Stanley Kubrick and what Stanley Kubrick's movies mean. Relative to the rest of the industry.
Hey, kid, you want me to bring him to soccer or drop him at your house?
And how Kubrick had no interest in people. He was really making movies about the thing, whatever it is. And that's kind of what, even though Eyes Wide Shut is really psychologically complex in its setup, then he's more interested in the world around it being a living thing, acting upon these people, than he is about the internals of the actual people and how they're responding to things. So in saying that, I thought it was dumb when the big gun was set up and just shot a bunch of aliens in Aliens. That was a deleted scene. So
was it?
It was good they deleted that.
Yeah.
It was really dumb because it just had a number on there. And it just kept going down. They're like, oh no, is this going to work? And there were just more aliens, and it just kept going down. And it was like, there's no reason for it. They just went out, and that was it.
Oh, well.
It was really stupid.
It's just like a waste of film.
Yeah, complete waste. And
Even Alfred Hitchcock would agree with that.
He doesn't waste film?
No, he was notorious like for taking like infinity takes because film was cheap.
I thought that was Stanley Kubrick.
I don't know, it's probably both of them.
Kubrick took a million. That's what... Actors hated him for it because he wouldn't give them any notes or anything. He wouldn't say, do this faster, do that. Mm-hmm. He would just say, do it again. And he'd do like 60 takes of every single scene. Mm-hmm. And so that pissed him off.
Well, one of them's probably got to be good.
Yeah, that's what you think.
It's a shotgun approach to directing. Yeah. There's some directors I wish would do that because they're picking some bad freaking scenes, bad takes.
That end up in the movies. Yeah, it's been insane. What were we talking about? Oh, we talked about Aliens. Aliens gets, I'm going to say 9 out of 9.5. No, 9 out of 11. I was being too generous. 9 out of 11 spaceships or something. I don't know.
Yeah, probably spaceships. I give it like 2 vats of acid.
Out of how many? But
it's not out of anything. I just give them 2.
So it's like Michelin stars.
Yeah,
it's like just vats of acid.
Yeah,
all right.
Or alien blood. Mm-hmm.
Oh, it ties in.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay,
they'll enjoy that. It's a donation for their like transfusions that they may need after getting slaughtered in the movie. Try and save as many of their folks as they can.
Wait, I'm gonna have to cut that one chunk out, so we have to add another movie. All right, do you want to pick one this time?
Ooh, did you watch 1912?
Every Day of My Life. I thought it was 1906 though. Which one's
1916? What are the war ones?
So that's War 1912 may sound right. It was It was the beginning of World War. Yeah, that would have been when America entered World War One, 1917. So
yeah. Okay,
and it was about World War II.
Yes. No, it was World War One. No, it couldn't have been World War II.
Tricked ya.
You dummy.
All right.
Wait a minute. Yeah, it was World War One because it was all trench warfare.
And they did. That was the one that was shot like all in one take, but it wasn't really all in one take.
Yeah.
They used some tricks.
Yeah, it was like Birdman one take.
Yeah, but there was one movie that was actually shot in one take, or there have been a couple of movies. It was about some girl going to a club, and it was in Foreigner, so I didn't know what they were saying, but she went to a club, and it was all in one take.
I feel like one take movie would just be awful. Because there's no way you could get it, like, nail the whole thing perfectly in one actual take.
But, you get to do it over and over again. It's not like you just, everybody works for 2 hours, and that's all they have to do for the whole thing.
Well, I just imagine, like, depending on what the setup is and what, like, set design and all the other moving parts to it, it's like, you might be able to do 2 a day, really, to go through, with, like, makeup corrections and direction corrections.
Yeah.
It's like, just imagine you get like an hour and 12 minutes in, and then somebody just farts out of nowhere. It's just like, half the day wasted.
Like, oh, we could delete that in post. Yeah, I don't know. So 1917, you liked it?
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
All right, so 1917, I'm going to give it...
Whole bunch of bullets.
3 Tommy guns out of 4.
No, I mostly just bring it up because it's one of those examples of a movie that's like, it's filmed well, it's done well. It has absolutely no rewatchability for me, personally. Yeah, it's like, I have no interest in watching it again. It's like, everybody raves about it when it comes out, but it's like, if I missed seeing it, I would have been totally fine. Nobody really mentions it ever again.
Yeah, like The Artist. You remember that one?
Yeah. People are losing their minds that it's like, this movie is amazing. And then it's just like, wins a bunch of awards and then everybody just gives up on it. And it's like, there's a lot of those movies. And I don't understand what the difference is between something like that and like something like Suicide Squad. I've watched Suicide Squad multiple times now. I've shown it to a couple of friends. I will watch it again in the future. And there's no way that the quality of that movie, like Suicide Squad, is, really truly comparable to something like 1917. But I'll never watch 1917 again. I don't think.
Yeah, but by the same token, I mean, you have foie gras, a couple of times a year, whereas you eat McDonald's, 3 times a week. Yeah, so there's something. It takes more, obviously concentration and.
It's the reason why I haven't watched Dunkirk. And I love Christopher Nolan movies.
Yeah,
but it's just like, it seems like a commitment to even start it. So I'm just like, I don't have that much energy.
And that's what, like with books, I'll do it. I don't care. I'm committing to it and I'm going to understand it and spend time with it and all that stuff. But with movies, there are those movies that I'll watch 100 times. And then there are those movies that I was like, oh, that was really good. And never think about again for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's, I think we've reached a good time here
to pick another movie,
which will be in the next episode. All right, so you didn't rate 1917? What do you give it?
Oh, I don't know, maybe like 3 British flags.
3 British flags. Okay. Again, these like Michelin stars. Like it's not out of anything.
Out of
maybe that's your gimmick.
Out of 1 million Malaysian flags. because those are probably worthless. I'm guessing. I don't know.
I don't know the
Unless you're
conversion rate.
Malaysian, then you should be very happy.
Yeah,
with the conversion there.
That's right. Thank you for saving that. All right, thanks. So that'll be that, and I appreciate it. And adios.
Bye bye.